This is Carla Italiano coming to you live from Savannah, Georgia. Welcome to day 64 of our 90-day social media run. Today we talked about connecting with new people on video chat. So a little bit different approach to make a real connection with social media and a little bit of a formula to do so. So welcome back from the weekend. Hope it's doing great. It's March 6th here live. So if you're catching on live or recording, it's great to have you here. But we're going to talk about the skills and the fundamentals of growing your business and growing those connections that we've been building online. So we've been learning lots of strategies, and excuse like the runny eyes. I am not ill, but there is like pollen like crazy in the spring in the South. And so like I'm sneezing I've actually had my camera off on all my Zooms today. Mondays are my big Zoom days. And so being on here live, I look like I'm crying or not, but I'm not. I'm just sniffling because of the pollen in the air. So forgive me for that. But here's the content. This is really good. I want to share this with you today. So have you heard of the formula of FORM, FORM, when trying to get to know somebody? That's something that I have been trained on. So for example, when you're meeting somebody for the first time, whether it's in person or online, you want to ask questions to get to find something in common and just to learn about them authentically. And so FORM is traditionally what we've done, which is family, occupation, recreation, and then mission or motivation. Right, to ask questions to try to discover. Well, the one that Fraser Brooks, our trainer, has been using is LORD, LORD. And he said one of the reasons he switched is because sometimes the family, especially if like when he started, he was a young guy, single. And so to ask about somebody's family and like how old are your kids and what are their names, even in today's world, it just kind of, it feels awkward. And unless it's like, I'm a mom and you're a mom and that's a connection. Like it can feel natural, but for a stranger, it's not always natural to ask about family. And so here's what LORD stands for, is to ask questions about their location. Really simple. Where are you from, or where do you live now? Location. O is occupation, right? What do you do for work? R is recreation. What do you do for fun? And D is dreams. What would you love to be doing more of? What would you love to create in your life, right? And so the goal with this dare for today, with the assignment, is to get on a video call for like 5 minutes with somebody new in your contact list. So for example, through this process, I've had new friend requests come in, and I've also sent a lot of new friend requests. And when that happens, it's always common sense, polite, and normal to send a message in that moment, especially if you're the one sending the request. But even if I receive a friend request, I will usually message right away and say, thank you for the friend request. It's great to connect with you. How are you today? Something very simple. And sometimes they don't even answer, which is kind of weird. If they sent me a friend request, it kind of feels odd. But if I'm sending someone else a friend request, especially if it's been through the strategies we've learned in this class, like through a group on online, or it was a reel that they commented or liked, then I will, message them. I saw your comment, your post in this group. It's so great to connect. And then I'll ask them a question about themselves, right? But even before that, I was messaging. If I would accept a friend request, I would send them that script that's basically like, hey, how are you? It's great to connect. So the dare is to not only send them a message, but actually ask them to get on a video call with you, with the intention of making connection, not with the intention of commission, as I said, but the intention of authentic connection. And when you do that authentically over time, enough times, the commission will come naturally. But if you go in with the intention of commission up front, it can block anything from happening authentically. So the dare is to have one video call with a brand new person. This could be somebody that that has been your Facebook friend, your social media friend, or a social media follower that you've never connected with before in a solid way, or somebody who newly sends you a friend request, right? So actually, I have somebody in mind already. Yes, I sent a friend request because somebody had liked a bunch of my stuff. So I went to her profile and like, she looks really cool. So I sent a friend request, and we're connected newly. And so the next step is going to be doing something like this, is to say, Hey, it's so great we are connected. I love to really make a real connection with my social media friends and let it be genuine. Would you be open to that? Would you be open to getting on to a quick video call with me right now? And this is something that Fraser Brooks himself has used this in his business with amazing success. He says in different seasons of time, it works more than others. Like when he was building a lot, majority of people would say yes. Now, probably majority of people will say no or ghost you at that time, at this time. But the people who say yes, it's really fun. And his overall lesson that he gained was when he started network marketing, he had resisted it and told his dad he didn't want to do it because he didn't like people. Right. And I can relate to that because I'm an introvert and sometimes I feel that way. Like I just don't want to deal with people right now. But what changed for him with Fraser through over time, he learned that he really, really loved people. He loved connecting. And in reality, when I'm actually open and I'm out and I'm talking with people, I love people as well. So that makes total sense. And it's just this is a step to do to get us out of our comfort zone and to make genuine connection with people. So that was the general way to open it up is just simply to ask, would you be open to getting on a call just to have a 5-minute conversation to get to know you? One thing you said, we're all very busy. And so if it takes a lot of effort, like more than 30 minutes to try to arrange a time, just let it go because you don't want to create more stress for anybody. But just recognizing that in today's world, we are more connected than ever through social media, but more people are lonely than ever. So this is a great opportunity to kind of break that with the intention of connection. So one way, once you're on the call, to incorporate this LORD formula, and he suggests keeping a notebook with notes that helps you guide through and try to find something in LORD that you have in common that you can connect with. So for example, you might open the phone call and say, hey, it's so great to meet you. Curiously, how did you find me? If they sent you the friend request, he says that information is helpful because you can find, oh, that post I made or that reel I made or that platform I'm on is helping me to find new people, right? So you find that out. And they say, hey, where are you based? Where are you right now? And that's the L, location on Lord, right? You ask, what is it like there? And what do you do there? What's your occupation? What's your job? That's the next letter, right? Oh gosh, how long have you been doing that? You must love it if you've been doing it for that long. Most of the time, I've asked this question in person a lot too, or on the phone. Most of the time they'll say, oh, it pays the bills or it's okay. And then so you can jot that down as a pain point. Oh, this person is just in their job to pay the bills. They don't really like their job. Note to self. Okay. Then you can continue. Oh gosh, you're from this city. What is it like there? What do you like to do for fun? Then you're asking the R, the recreation. You say, oh, you love to do that. You must get to do that a lot. They may say, oh gosh, no, I'm working so much. I hardly get to do it. So you can take another note to yourself that, oh, another pain point is that their job takes up a lot of time. They don't have a lot of freedom in their time to do the things that they love. And then you continue on for that. So if you get to dreams, you didn't get a goal with your career. Where do you see yourself going or doing? So you can kind of ask questions around that. He says, if it feels natural, if you can get to the point, he said, well, the overall, regardless of asking the question about your business, the goal of the conversation to making the connection is to get to the point where you can just genuinely say, oh my gosh, I like you. Like, you're really cool. I'm really glad we did this. I hope we can do it again. So the goal is to get to that kind of connection where you're just authentically like, yeah, you're really cool. I like you. And then if it makes sense, you could also then go in to ask the question, I feel like I could really help you with some social media strategy, making some money online. Curiously, would you be open to looking at some information about how I could help you do that? If not, no worries. I just thought I would ask and see what they say. From Fraser's experience, he says, most people are open and they say yes. A lot of people will say, depends on what it is. He says, very few people, if any at all, say no. So it's fun to ask the question. But again, the intention is connection. And so you can always come back to ask the question later. But with the opportunity to just build that connection and truly fall in love with people is really great. One more secret weapon, he calls it, one more hack at the end that I want to share with you as well, is that whenever he would meet somebody from a new country, especially, or a new city or a new place, he would find something specific about that one place. Maybe it's a phrase in their language, or it would be, what their favorite sports team is, or just something unique about, that area. And over time, what that has done is he has it all written down. And basically, he's created this database for himself of like at least one thing per country of pretty much anywhere in the world, he says. So he lives in Dubai and he might meet somebody from, Nigeria and say, where are you from? Nigeria. Oh, and he'll spout out some like quick phrase and they're like amazed that he knows that. And what it does is just instantly breaks the ice. So that's what I think he recommends is like when you meet somebody from a unique place or somewhere you're not familiar with, to go ahead and just like take note to yourself, try to learn something new about their culture. And I can see that I did that actually. I remember in college, I had some friends from different places. Gosh, and I don't know if I even remember the phrases. But I had some like in Indian and in Turkish from different friends, and it was really fun to do. I'll have to. They're not coming to mind even in this moment, but I'll have to try to sit and refresh on what those were. But it's really fun to do. And in fact, it makes sense because even just today, I was at a meeting at a potential new high school for my daughter, and we're connecting. There was a group of us waiting to go on a tour, and the principal, the tour guide, was asking questions of where he's from. He's from the Midwest, and sharing this areas. And he was like, I went to school in this. I met my wife in this town called Neosho, Missouri. I'm like, oh my gosh, you're kidding! Like, I went to college in Missouri, not Neosho, but I had a internship one summer and I worked there at the plant. It's like, oh no way. Like that's a small place. Yeah, I lived in Joplin with a friend of mine that summer. Anyway, but that instantly led to a connection, like just an easy conversation when you're able to do that with somebody, right? I'm sure you can relate to that. But just imagine what that could do long term with a database full of ideas. So anyway, that's it for today. So thanks for watching. If you're not already, please like this video, subscribe to my channel. I'm going live 5 days a week with this class and continue to drop content as I'm learning stuff. Would love to hear how it's going for you. If you need to connect with me, my contact information is in the comments of this video or back on my main page for my YouTube channel. So thanks so much for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.